What is up, everybody? We are back with some more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and we're here to answer that question: should you pull on the Vincent featured banner? So if you're new to the channel and you guys like what you see, hit the subscribe button and follow along with what we do here. Hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts on the banner. Remember, guys, this is geared towards those who are more like free-to-play or very, very light spenders, who are trying to figure out how to spend their crystals a little bit more, maybe wisely, efficiently. If you're that person who has to have everything for that specific character, in this case Vincent, or you're that whale, this really isn't designed for that. Again, if you are that Vincent person, key thing, make sure you have enough crystals to get yourself to that 12 stamp so you can get the costume, as that is definitely the prize for any banner. So with that being said, let's get going. One of the first things I always like to do, again, is to look at the outfit in general. What does it all look like? Overall look, again, for Vincent, I think it looks really good. It matches kind of Vincent's style, personality, how he's been portrayed in the other iterations of Final Fantasy VII. That being said, personally, I'm not too big on it. If I'm going to, like I said, gauge it that way, something looks disproportionate here, and I can't decide what it is. Just how high the jacket sits up on him, it makes it look like his torso is super long. So proportionally, it just seems really, really weird for me. But again, like I said, I do think it fits his demeanor. I don't like the look of the horns. They don't look like a part of his body. I do like the mask on his face. I think that's really cool looking. That part I can get behind. The colors, I think, look great together. I don't know how I feel about the caged arms. Again, it just kind of looks a little weird with everything just being super loose like that, but still looking rigid. Clawed hands, got the chain coming off here. These broken chains, looks awesome. And I think the gun matches the overall look of the outfit as well. You can see the tattoo on his chest. Fur lining on the back for the hood. Yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, it looks good, but just as a personal taste, I'm not too big on it. So let's talk about what the stats do. So it offers buff debuff extension. Now this is not the plus that is just a straight bonus. This gets added into the total buff debuff effect duration. So you're going to be starting off with 80% to your buff debuff stats, on top of any other extension points you're going to be adding to this through weapons. Then it also offers this inner turmoil. So anytime you're going to be hitting an enemy with magic defense down at its max tier, that's key, it will add that extra point down. So if something's mid to high, your first cast is going to make it mid, that second cast would make it high. It's actually going to go to very high, but it has to be on that second cast of the max tier. So that's kind of the thing to note there. If something is high to high, it is still going to take 2 casts. If I remember that correctly, it's going to take 2 casts still to get it to that extra tier. But again, it gives you an extra tier there. And then the command gauge, once it's full, you get an extra 20% to your magic ability damage. Definitely more of a support type setup for what is, at this point, a DPS character. So that's kind of one thing to note. And then his weapon, Galian Roar. So just at base 5 stars, it's going to be offering 430% magic non-elemental damage to a single enemy. It's going to grant Enfeeble for 20 seconds. MDef is going to be lowered low to mid for 16 seconds. And then if your HP is at least 70% or more, M attack is increased. Again, following that low to mid, also for 16 seconds. It's going to be offering boost M attack, magic ability potency, magic attack for your S abilities in slot 1 and 2, and triangle sigil boost. If you do take it to OB1, you're now up to 520% magic damage. Enfeeble is going to last for 30 seconds, so that's up 10 more seconds. The MDef is going to stay low to mid now for 20 seconds. And again, the HP threshold is 70% or more. M attack is going to be increased to all allies. I forgot to mention that in the first part there. So that's all allies for 20 seconds. Boost M attack is at 42 points. Here's the thing. Being a support weapon, you're probably going to be offhanding this thing. So I'm going to look at it from that perspective. Instead of getting a full 42 points, you're going to be getting 21 from the offhand. So that's going to be giving you an extra 15% to your magic attack. Magic ability potency is going to be at 18, so 9. You're getting an extra 15% there. But again, that's on top of the, use it 20? Yeah, 20 here. And again, it's going to stay that low to mid as well for 20 seconds. Okay. If you get it to OB6, you're at 670% attack to the one enemy, and feeble for 45 seconds, so it's jumped up 15 seconds this time. The MDef decrease is staying, again, single enemy from mid to high, so we do get that jump there from mid to high, 25 seconds. Again, 70% or more for HP. M attack's going to increase from mid to high for all allies for 25 seconds. The one thing that's going to get a boost here is from the outfit. So mid to high, that second cast is going to go to very high. The M attack at 54 points, so again, let's cut that in half, 27 points, you're now at that 20% extra magic attack. Boost magic ability potency 30, so really 15, you're getting an extra 30% to your magic ability damage. And if you do manage to take this thing all the way up to OB10, you're at 800% magic damage to that single enemy, applying Enfeeble for a total of 60 seconds. It's going to last a long time. That MDef decrease is going to stay mid to high, but lasting for 35 seconds, so it is jumping up 10 seconds here. But again, that lasting longer is going to be beneficial. And again, you get that buff from the buff debuff extension on the outfit. And then 70%, this did not lower down. I kind of wish this would have lowered down to maybe 50 by this point. But you're going to get that magic attack increase to all allies mid to high, still not changing, but again, 35 seconds. Boost M attack is at 62, so really 31 points. So that's not going to change from that 20%. The boost magic attack ability potency is at 21 points, again, stuck at that 30%. So, honestly, aside from the times that are going to happen here, the durations, in the realm of your R abilities, there's not going to be a difference between OB6 and OB10, so OB6 would definitely be a sweet spot for this to offhand it. Now, if for whatever reason you are going to main hand it, then of course, yes. Putting this in your main hand is going to do wonders with these stats. I mean, 62 is going to max you out here at your extra 50%. Your magic ability potency 42 is going to put you right here at 60%, with really you're just 3 points away from getting it to 70%. And honestly, 13 points is really easy to get. As long as you have another thing that's offering 26 points to put in an offhand, you'll have that fully maxed to get that extra 80%. Now, the question then becomes, is this then worth it? I don't think so. It's featured. We're going to be able to wishlist this weapon. The costume, I think, is more for looks at this point. Unless, like I said, you're that huge Vincent person, then cool. So for me, I can't say this is worth pulling on based on those things. The other weird thing is we get Sephiroth's ultimate weapon. So Clouds has only been featured once, Sephiroth's now twice. But again, the ultimate weapon should never be a reason for you to pull on the banner. If it's kind of like that, if you get it along the way, cool, but it should never be your reason to pull on a banner. Stamp card is a normal stamp card for featured, so nothing negative there. It's just, again, we're still mid-anniversary. A lot of us probably dumped our crystals into the anniversary itself, so probably don't have many left. I mean, I'm sitting at just under 10,000 right now. So yeah, I can't say to pull on this. I don't think it's a great idea, especially with the Final Fantasy 13 collab coming up, and then the Nier collab right after that. We'll see what kind of happens with those, but I think it'd be better to start saving for those at this point than pulling on this banner. We've got plenty of tickets, guys. Things are going to be popping up. This will eventually be added into the regular pulls later, and you can try your luck getting it there. But you can also always wish list it as well in the future banners. But that's kind of my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this banner? Again, did I not give it enough credit? Did I give it too much credit? And let me know if you pulled on the banner, how your luck went. Like I said, because you're not going to be seeing any pulls from me on this one, so we'll have to see it from you. So we're going to call it here. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and follow along with what we do here. Hit that like button, comment down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.